Ad Astra Abyssal. Thank you for completing Ad Astra. I am astrologist Mona Magistus. Forest, protect us. Receive my blessing. With one heart, we pray. By the frost moon of old, you poor... I'll settle this! No, my sword! Rain cutter!
This made for you. Share your
Use of
knowledge.
force authorized.
Committed to memory.
Who's that?
Leave this place for the everlasting forest.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Let me weave you a verse.
Stand with me. Out of my way.
Try not to enjoy. Yep.
Grow, grow, grow! Make yourself at home! Boba, get them! Hey, yeah!
Let's spark things up a little.
The Temple of Wisdom! Yeah! Yeah! I'll protect us! This.
One step closer. Maybe soon I shall finally uncover the truth.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That is perfectly all right. My data indicates clear skies in the coming days. Current conditions for maritime travel, optimal. I'll be ready whenever you are.
But are we really Hey! You didn't seriously think we'd let you... Yeah, come on, Traveler. And most important...
A little bird told us you'd soon be...
You sure? Don't worry, you're invited too, Anefa.
Accompaniment request accepted.
Wait, so robots like...
All right.
Woohoo! Spit it out, then.
They've set off.
About time I met... You know, every time we head to a new nation, this time...
In other words,
Paimon meant more in terms of how it felt on a psychological... Huh, that actually kind of makes sense. What about you, Anefa? The moon?
negative.
Oh...
Paimon, traveler, welcome to Not Cry. That is correct, Paimon. It is also the most bustling commercial.
Oh, sounds like the perfect place to start trying out all the local specialties. Huh? Is something...
Paimon, this is where our spaceship landed when Lum...
Huh? Are you sure?
Oh, well, because... those memories are really hazy. All I remember is Lumine waking me up and us leaving the ship. But just now, setting foot on this land, I felt something.
Are you referring to Kuvaki?
Kuva...
The locals refer to it as Kuvaki. It is a... That is correct. Legend has it that modern geological...
So... Wait, Traveler.
Notcry is surrounded by the ocean.
Hey, it's okay. Let's just do what we've always done.
I'd be more than happy to help you out as well.
Our pleasure.
Like we've crossed another... boundary?
Paimon couldn't have... Not cry... It just occurred to Paimon, if we were looking to put out a missing spaceship commission, or to learn more about Notcry, wouldn't it make sense to drop by the Adventurers Guild?
The guild is located in Nasha Town. Simply follow this road, and you'll reach it.
Huh? What into that is that? Looks kinda like a...
That is a Kuhanki. A species...
A Kuhenki?
Indeed it does.
The moon goddess?
Although Notcry lied, the beliefs of the Frost...
Wow!
Correct.
Hey! Looks like she's floating away!
I suggest you follow her.
This is how it... Is this a travel guide? Huh. It actually led us to something useful.
Are there any particular points of interest? Recalibrating route. If we keep following the current path, we...
Yikes! Why is Paimon so...
Swift and merciful! A touch of frost!
Shadows of fate!
There's no such thing as treasure. Only treasure that's waiting to be discovered.
Swift and merciful! A touch of frost!
Rev the engines! Try and stop me! Rev the engines! Hip. Try and stop me!
Nasha Town actually looks pretty big from here. Feels a bit different than Paimon imagined, though.
Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations?
Well, Paimon keeps hearing people describe Nodcry as an adventurer's paradise. So she kind of thought it'd be a bit more picture perfect somehow.
According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in Notcry's past, the age of the Fae. Tales of those ancient heroes are still told today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for Notcry. The present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then, one day,
What happened?
there came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across Notcry, and for a time it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become of the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light, just as the abyss had extinguished all hope. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony, perhaps.
An irony?
Today, no official authority governs Notcry. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they wish, and become whoever they want to be. The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town's Central Plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way.
Hey, what's that building over there? You know, the biggest, tallest one.
That is Aino's Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the wild hunt threat level outside Nasha Town reaches a certain threshold. But according to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent discharge.
The Wild Hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to Nodcry?
It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of wild hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale that adults used to scare children. If you don't start behaving, kid, some night, the wild hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? That weeping in the fog? Those are the cries of a young woman being dragged away.
You're saying people actually hear things like that?
I have not witnessed enough wild hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer. But the oldest legends say that all people saw was the ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity. Abyssal monsters and all.
Huh. When you put it like that, Paimon's really gotta hand it to Aino. Not only did she repair you, but she's even built a giant cannon to keep the wild hunt at bay.
Absolutely. Aino is very impressive indeed. Anyway, according to my schedule, it is time I took you over to the flagship.
Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Barca waiting. Well, Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar this early. You're right about that.
This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor.
Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, God should broaden their horizons in the world below.
This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor.
exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope.
This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor. This elevator was inspired by the one in Maritime Harbor.
Rev the engines! Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope. Instead of confining themselves to the heavens, rev the engines!
Here we are, the flagship.
Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right? Let's see. Varka? Varka!
No matches, I identified.
Huh. So he isn't here after all. Oh, guess we never did actually say we'd be arriving today. Hey, why don't we go ask the owner? If what they say is true, Varka's drinking prowess must have left quite the impression.
Here's the thing. You can't live life without a little spice.
These are bounties. If you want to negotiate prices, go find a flea market.
Well, well. If it isn't the ineffable Inefa.
Hello there, Demyon.
You know each other?
Of course. Inefa's a regular here at the flagship.
So, robot?
Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcoholic drinks is very low.
Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natlan, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries and fried meat for Aina.
Aww.
Think I...
Yep, that's so... From the sounds of it...
Varka?
Paimon can't believe he's made such a name.
Right now?
Huh?
It's a lake in the northern part of
Oh. Well, if he's that...
Exactly.
Whoa!
Oh, and by the way...
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage? I can use this time to go pick up some components that Aino asked me to bring back.
Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves a map, once we're done unpacking, we might as well go for a stroll ourselves. Why don't we meet up again later?
Oh. So you no longer require navigational assistance?
No worries, we should be fine. We've got a rough idea of our way around town, so Paimon's reasonably confident we shouldn't get too lost.
Thank you. This translates into an approximate time saving of 30%, meaning I will be able to see Aino about 45 minutes earlier than previously projected.
Oh, right. You must miss her a lot, too. In that case, we better get a move on.
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light, and humans are the same. Except we call that light hope.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige. For starters, I recommend you.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
For starters, I recommend you drink less. A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less. A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less. A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige. happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
I recommend you drink less.
Here's the thing.
Exploration and trials. Adventuring is right up my alley.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters, I recommend you drink less.
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy to oblige.
Hey there. Looking for a drink or two? Or perhaps a room for the night?
Our drink recommendations? Well, for starters,
A drink? Or some information? Either way, I'd be happy.
A little spice.
For a drink or two?
It's so noisy here. Back in my day, we'd...
Feels pretty nice having someone sort out, but is this really the flagship's best room? You mean it's got something to... Oh, should we try the berries and fried meat too? Paimon's getting hungrier and hungrier every time someone mentions it. Oh, sorry about that. Paimon wasn't watching where she was going.
Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. Clearly, I shouldn't have gotten lost in my thoughts in the middle of a hallway.
Wait a sec. Are you staying in the room next to ours?
Ah, quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kirill Chudamirovich Flintz, but please, just call me Flintz.
Whoa, that's an impressively long name for sure.
Ah, is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Snezhnaya, at least in the past. Would I be correct then to assume that the two of you are travelers in this land?
Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler.
What a rare honor.
Are you here for travel? Oh,
That's certainly one way to put it. I'm a Ratnik of Nodcry, normally stationed near the burial grounds to the north. My
burial.
Your surprise is, but if you've heard,
Oh,
I thank you for your
Paimon sort of gets it now. But even so, she is still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night.
Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big on talking. But even when they do, they're usually far more discreet than the living. Well, would you look at...
Oh, sure.
Not at all. You're always welcome to... Then allow me to wish...
Ugh. Jeez. What a weirdo. Not to badmouth him at all. His lantern? Yes, you... Hey!
It's so noisy here. Back in my day, we'd...
Paimon almost forgot something super important. Were we gonna go try out the berries and fried? But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like...
Please.
Huh? What's going on? Wait! Quick, let's grab some too.
Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar.
Huh?
Just now we're...
The birds and...
Forgive me, I am...
Happy to oblige.
Think nothing of it.
The finest...
As perhaps you hope... And now...
Huh. Look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frostmoon scions.
That's right! 2 servings each!
Fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even...
Wilhelmina?
You hear that? No.
But... My lady, they...
Please, you two.
Come again?
Let me finish.
You!
Hey.
What? Where's the...
Those stooges really are the...
Ever since they came to...
Judging from how they reacted just...
Well...
I see. Just as the bird... You will always be welcome. May we meet again in the moon's...
Looks like Inefa isn't done with her. Good idea! Let's see... This is the Spiran. This is the Vesnitsi Prolacha greenhouse. And this is the Rossum workshop. And over here, that way's north. So, hey, come on. Huh? Look, looks like we'll finally be able to ask where. Which one are you... Anyway. Please, here you go. And if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make the great Lord Sangama Bay your first port of call. Oh dear. So it is the real deal. Of course it's the real deal. Everything you'll find here is 110% real, meaning every one of my deals is as real as a deal can... Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't my two most valued clients! And with no small... Come. How could you just sneak into Not Cry like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier, I would have made an absolute pulled out all the stops to ensure that your boat ride over was as comfortable as humanly possible. Thank the Archons. Oh, come now. You know as well as anyone how impeccably and conscientiously above board... Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is that we had no idea you had a branch in Not Cry. A clever merchant always has a backup plan, or two, or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrows. A merchant with stores galore hears no debtors at the door. Since you're both here in Not Cry, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it. Or if it's Sumeru you're missing, I've got that covered too. We literally just arrived. Do we look like we're on the hunt for tourist trinkets to take back for our friends? My, your high-minded tastes never cease to impress. In that case, I know just the thing. You must be on the hunt for something like this? What's that? Your hat? Information, of course. Information about Not Cry. Locked securely in the otherwise impenetrable vaults of the Lord Sangama Bay's brilliant mind. I knew it! I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares. On the back of all our pleasant dealings in the past, I'll even take a hit by throwing in some insider info for free. Wow. You sure are feeling uncharacteristically generous today. What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I am the most generous person forget it. Anyway, the long and the short of it is this. The moment I set up shop in Not Cry, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other for power and influence. Well, as they say, there's no time for business like a crisis. Things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down 2 ancient moon's remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos. And the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential profit. Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora. Oh, really? But surely it was the tales of an adventurer's paradise that brought you here. The chance to take your very own slice of all the latest and greatest business opportunities? In that case, what would you like to know about? The Frost Moon side. Still, things between them and the Fatui have gotten... Oh, they're an organization set... But seriously, a volunteer organization in Not Cry? This place is hardly a magnet for noble heart... Oh, listen to my advice. The curatorium is just a place that handles all kinds of disputes. but the owner will charge you an absolute fortune. And she has a temp. You're not just saying that to... When did that little... What do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking about your wallet. You're really not gonna... All right. But I'm not lying about that boss lady. Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in Nodcry, she's also in my top 3 people most eager to trade in favors. Seriously? It feels like... Fine. But when you realize what... Lucky us! The line seems to be gone now. Hey, Catherine! We meet...
How ridiculous.
Huh?
They often say that mortals, shackled by their own flesh and blood, may fail to perceive...
But Paimon must have gotten the wrong person? At second glance, you do seem a...
A creator might forgive ignorance, but being mistaken for one of my own creations is beyond all pardon. Look very closely, for standing before you is none other than Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
A Harbinger?
Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call. A friendly warning, if you will. You interfered with my work once before, with that little robot. I let it slide. After all, it was... But we are in Nodcry now. And as such, I strongly advise you not to stand in the
Oh, please. You've got some nerve coming out with barely veiled
Oh, perhaps you have misunderstood. Just because Nodcry lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled.
Yeah, right. More like shady
I've said what I came to say. What you do next, and, being the refined young lady that I am, I shall indulge you just ad astra abasask. Welcome to Nodcry, Dominion of the Fatui.
Paimon's so mad right now! How can anyone so obviously evil be so... But if a Fatui Harbinger is here to greet us in person, that can only mean what? We'll have to be extra careful from here on... Hey! The real Catherine's back!
Ad astra abasask. How may I help?
Oh, you're so much nicer to talk to, Catherine.
Astrologers must rid themselves of material desires. Only by ridding oneself of clutter can one see the true world around them.